Hi, my name is Jessee Baldwin. I'm a certified health coach with Optavia. And I want to share something with you today, a technique that has been so instrumental in my own health and life, and it's helping so many of my clients. So this short video is about something called structural tension. And if you are an Optavia client, hopefully you have the workbook from Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, Living a Longer, Healthier Life. I'm teaching out of lesson 5 in here today, okay? So a little bit about myself. I'm going to share the screen real quick here. I've struggled with being overweight pretty much my entire life. And then I was introduced to this program, and it was life-changing for me. I lost 174 pounds, felt amazing. I've been coaching almost 3 years now. And then something happened to me. You see that picture, that after right there with the striped skirt, down 174 pounds, feeling amazing. And then all of a sudden, some old habits started to sneak in on me, and I started to struggle. And the thing is, with Optavia, there's 4 components, 4 pillars. One of them is you get a free health coach. Awesome. Habits of health system, so important. Community and food plan, okay? Of all of these things, 3 out of the 4 are mindset components, okay? So I wasn't doing the habits of health system one. I dabbled in it a little bit. I understood it. And I didn't fully do the workbook, so I missed a crucial step. The thing is, if you treat Optavia like a diet, just like any other diet that you've ever done, you're going to fall victim to the same statistics of people who do diets. 85% will gain their weight back within 5 years. So I'm struggling with this. And I put on about 40 pounds, and I put on 50 pounds, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. I'm a health coach. I can't get this under control. Why can't I get back on track? So what I did is I reached out to another coach, and she told me, Jessee, your motivation's lacking. Tell me about your structural tension chart. And I said, my what? I didn't know what that was. And she's all, you haven't done the workbook. I said, I stopped on like chapter 3. I was really doing good till chapter 3, but the program was working so well and I was losing weight. I didn't see, I'm a coach. I know better. So she explained to me what structural tension was and how to create a new mindset. Okay, and this was, I don't know, maybe 45 days ago, maybe 50 days ago. And for me, on Optavia program and struggling, I was having day 1 over and over and over again. Once I made my structural tension chart, it's like a light was switched. And I've been completely on program. And that's something I've struggled with for so long. And now I've got, 22 pounds of that off, and I'm heading right back to where I was before, and I'm excited. And this is a crucial step I missed with a lot of my clients. So I've had to go back and play catch up and say, listen, this is something that we need to do. It's going to help you so you don't have to struggle so much. So structural tension, what do I mean by that? When someone starts a program, they start usually out of a place of pain. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So for me personally, in that picture you saw before, this is my place of pain right here. I had type 2 diabetes. I had sleep apnea. I had really bad joint pain, back, knees, and I'm a mom of 4 kids, and I wasn't able to be a good mom. I wasn't able to do anything with them. I couldn't fit on roller coaster rides, all that. So this is a really hard place for me, and this is me up against that hard place. This is structural tension. Let me explain, and I'm going to use a rubber band that says structural tension. So when I am up against this place of pain, I'm uncomfortable, so I start Optavia. Okay, I start Optavia and I start losing weight. As I start losing weight, I'm feeling better. I'm pulling away from this place of pain. Okay, as I pull away from this place of pain, I'm feeling better about myself. I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, my diabetes is gone. Hey, my sleep apnea is gone. Wow, my joints don't hurt, and I can ride on roller coaster rides with my kids. Life has changed. Life is good. Here's the issue. In my mindset, I have structural tension between the place of pain, the reason why I started and why I was so uncomfortable. This is never going to last. It won't last when you're hooked to a place of pain because there's tension here. This is why people yo-yo. So if you're out here and I've lost 174 pounds and then I'm out to eat with my friends and they're all having fish and chips, what are the chances that I'm going to eat fish and chips and have a dessert too when I'm tired like this? Pretty high, because having those fish and chips is only going to take me here. I'm not here. So you'll compromise and you'll self-sabotage. This is typically the place that people are in when they start a health program. So how do we get into a more positive mindset where we're not tied to this, where we're not creating tension, pulling away from what we don't want, but instead pulling us to what we do want? So what Dr. Anderson says in the book, he said, unhook the rubber band from this place of pain. Yeah, this is why you started. And so, but there's a key exercise that you can do in your mind to switch it. So, setting my rubber band again. He said, what if instead of having that place of pain over here, you have something over here that you hook it to called the life that you actually desire, where you want to be in life, and that's here. So instead of pulling away from a place of pain and compromising because you're not there anymore, what if structural tension was in place so you're being pulled toward what you want, being pulled toward the desires that you have? So much easier to be pulled toward something than trying to push yourself away from something, the amount of energy, the amount of motivation it takes. So how do you get your mindset like this? Because when you're like this and you know what you want out of life and you're out to eat with those same friends and they're getting fish and chips, you're going to look at that and you're going to think, when your tension's like this, you'll think, that's not going to pull me toward what I want. It makes the decision so much easier so you're not struggling so much. So how do we switch our mindset into this? This is what this coach went over with me, and it was incredible. I'm going to show you something on my screen here. Back to my photo for just a moment. Pull up this. All right. This is a chart I made. And if you need this chart, just ask your coach, and they can make you some. But really, you don't need this chart. Just write it down on a piece of paper, okay? At the top of the paper, you're going to put your desired outcome. What are you wanting out of life? So for me, my chart here, it said, I weigh 175 pounds, and keep it in the present. My knees don't hurt. I'm sleeping well. I'm a great health coach leading by example. I wear my style of clothing, which for me is like Levi jeans with a belt and a flannel shirt and a tank top, and it's just kind of like my style. I can't wear that right now. And so put up there what you're dreaming about. Take a moment, get a piece of paper out and write it down. Then at the bottom, you're going to put your current reality, okay? This is just raw data. You know, this is my weight. I weigh 255 pounds. My knees hurt. My joints are killing me. I have no energy. I feel really unauthentic. I'm not being a good example to my kids. Whatever your raw data is down there, put that down there. Okay, so what you're doing is you're creating tension in your mind. It's a valuable tool. It creates a dynamic. This is where I am, and this is where I want to be. So how do I get there? An up arrow and a ladder. Each rung on this ladder, this is your steps to get there. How do you get from your current reality to where you want to be? Follow your steps, follow your plan. If you're an Optavia client, step one on your ladder might be drink 100 ounces of water a day. The next one would be listen to a podcast every single week, a Habits of Health podcast. The next one would be checking with your coach weekly. The next one would be follow your plan, pure, 100% on, because being 100% on is so much easier than being 99% on. So whatever your steps are, you can ask your coach, what do I need? What should my steps be on my ladder to get from where I am to where I want to be? Here's the neat thing about creating structural tension. Number one, you can do this chart for any area of your life. This little recording here, this is about health. You can create a structural tension chart to improve your relationship with your spouse. You can do one to tackle your house cleaning in your home. You can do one for improving your job situation. Structural tension works anywhere. You just have to put the chart down. So in my actual chart that I have 2 ladders. I have one for finances, and then I have one for my personal health. So it's a great, valuable tool that you can use. The other thing is you can make structural tension charts all throughout the year. So you can make one that says, okay, let's say you're 195 pounds and you want to be 150. You can make what you actually want, but maybe that's too much of a chunk for you to bite off at once and put the steps in between. You can make a structural tension chart for 1 week at a time, 2 weeks at a time, for a month at a time. And just bite off small chunks along the way. So what it does when you actually do this chart, you have told your mind, this is where I am and this is where I want to be. When you have done that, you have created a discrepancy between the two, between where you are and where you want to be. This creates tension in your mind, okay? But it is a positive tension. It's not magic, okay, guys? This is just mindset stuff, but it works. I'm here to tell you as a testimonial after struggling for over a year, being on and off, and watching the scale go up, and doing this chart, and has not been a struggle. It's just changed everything for me. So this is so important. Do your chart, create this tension this way, pulling you toward what you want. Your brain wants to resolve that tension. When you're sleeping at night, it's trying to figure out ways to resolve that tension. So it's really important. All right. In recap, unhook yourself from that place of pain. That's not your motivation anymore. Stop comparing yourself to where you were. Hey, at least I'm not where I was then. You're going to continue to yo-yo, continue to have the same failure rate as with other programs if you don't do the mindset work, if you don't do the entire habits of health system. And so learn from my failure. I'm being completely transparent here. I'm a health coach and I didn't fully do the whole system. And so what I'm telling you is it's important to do all 4 components of the program. Utilize your health coach. Utilize the habits of health system. Utilize the community aspects. If your coach is doing meetings and they're teaching on habits of health, be there. If they're doing coffee hours, be there. It is so important to integrate yourself into all 4 components of the program, because when you do, you're so much more likely to succeed and you're having a whole lot more fun doing it. So I really hope that this was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, reach out to your coach who sent you this video and they will guide you on your way. Thanks, everyone.